Good evening, my friend. Welcome to Aviary Attorney. Sorry for that delay. We've had some issues that we had to deal with over here. The drip system exploded, and I had to fix it. And then, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. You're here to see birds, and birds alone. Perhaps aviary birds. How you doing, Taters, and Beep, and Moon, and Space, and Crazy AZ? Hope you all doing fantastic. Let's begin our journey with the birds. January 1st, 1848. Yeah, pretty good. The Chateau Cunier of Baron Rorgiel. Oh no! Murder! Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh, mon Dieu! Dame Caroline, what have you done? Wait, this is a furry game! This game is furry! Ah! That is a bird. Ugh, it's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Sparrow's son! Well, look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird, Falcon? Too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. I don't know how to pronounce French. Yeah, there'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. All birds speak in French accents. Oh, mon, a letter arrived while you were sleeping. Hold on. That don't work. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrow son. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I'm writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Caroline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Concierge prison in the charge of murder. No less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Praetor Damu of the Damu estate. Oh God, where's Rain? Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Demi-I-A-A-I-O-U. Bingo was his name. His estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Caroline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow, so I suppose you're intent on defending Dame Caroline in court? Nope. I think not, Sparrow son. The fate of Fat Cat Bourgeois is nothing of my concern. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon already. What? With all due respect, Falcon, we've been doing nothing for the past 2 weeks. Anything would be better than another day of thumb twiddling. Still. Come on, let's be productive members of society. No. No, I've made up my mind. Okay, fine. Can we at least play some cards to pass the time? Card game? We have any card game enjoyers? Now there's a marvelous idea, but what game? We don't really have enough players for a Tap Tarock or Seago. I know. There's this game I learned at university called Jacques Noir. Jacques Noir, that sounds dubious. No, it's a real game. Let me tell you how it works. You draw cards from this deck to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Call hit if you want another card, and stand if you don't want any more. You are aiming to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Sounds good, deal me. Card game? Fucking card game! Yeah, baby! No more attorneys! Time for cards! Yeah, baby! 19, stand! Ah! What do you think? Are you getting the gist of it? Yeah. Got it. Yeah, I think I got a handle on it. Alright, now we can make this interesting. How do you feel about the little wager? Sounds good. What do you have in mind? 1 franc per round? 2? No. I was thinking of something else. I'm intrigued, go on. We play 1 round. If I win, you have to take on Dame Caroline's case. That sounds like quite a hefty wager. What do I get if I win? If you win... I've got it. If I win, you must... go on a diet. You must go on a diet. No chocolate, pastries, or cake for 1 month. Oh, why? What could you possibly get out of me going on a diet? Absolutely nothing. But it will be immensely satisfying to watch you writhe in hunger as much on celery sticks and carrots. You're a cruel bird, Falcon. But we have a deal. Pass me the deck. Oh crap, here we go. It's my opportunity to not work. Oh. What? 11? What? Wait! What? There's no 11? It really is rigged! Well, looks like I won. How about that? What? No way, you cheated. You didn't shuffle those cards properly. Let's go again. 2 out of 3. How does that American proverb go, Falcon? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Ugh. This is my punishment for gambling on a made-up card game, isn't it? Fine, we'll take the case. Excellent. I know, you know what? I like this is a lot better than saying, you say no. Come on, what say you? We haven't done anything all day. And it gives you the option again. It keeps saying no until it just says, all right, fine, just say yes. This is a lot. This is a good way of going about me saying no. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demieux's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pertor's letter has been... Pertor. Added to your evidence folder. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase. Cool. Nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again, I recall you losing it at the New Year's party and at Christmas. Yes, alright, no need to make a list. I have picked up my wallet. 20 francs. Excellent. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet. Let's make a move. I like his JoJo hat. Welcome to the map screen. From here you can travel to any listed area by clicking on the location name or location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Sign on the door reads Aviary Attorney Office. No case is too big or too small. No junk mail. Marked with a clonk. I think I tried to say cloak and clock at the same time, so it came out as clonk. Wait, he actually is wearing like a JoJo hat. Falcon and Sparrow-san step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. The concierge, they say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable, the cells are spotless, the guards are well-mannered.
Yeah, what do you want?
Good day, monsieur. I'm here to see Dame Caroline Demieux. I am due to represent her in court.
Yeah, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine, follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up.
I love the little hoppies. Sigh. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Ew, French. Dame Caroline Demieux, I presume. You've arrived? The fantastic lawyer Monsieur Falcon and his petite assistant Sparrow-san. My lady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrow-san. Sorry. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. So why are you here? But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. You need an anime edit of everything is the exact same, but everyone has anime eyes. There is a dating simulator that is just like that. All of your dating potential are just birds. Photorealistic birds, just a photo of a bird. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. Yep, there it is. Hateful boyfriend. Yep. I actually have that, Taters. I've streamed it twice now on Valentine's Day. I didn't do it this year because didn't I do something else? I think I did something else on Valentine's Day. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief.
I could do my best. What is it you wanted to know?
Let's see here. What happened the night of the murder? What exactly happened on the night of the murder?
Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinière, the home of the great Baron all this French! My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff.
Business stuff?
Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Of course I can't speak French or have French accents or pronounce Frenchese.
Sorry, man. Sorry, man with what? Took your what?
Camera. It's a very new gadget.
I did Sucker for Love. I don't remember if I did that on Valentine's Day, though.
A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture.
Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrow-san. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make note of it. Added to the evidence. Robitio. Like a ribbit. Robitio. Please continue, Dame Cataline.
So after we had photograph, I went to the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille.
See you later, Moon. Have yourself a good night. Enjoy your little lurky lurk, if you are.
He was all ripped open! A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur.
It must have been terrifying.
It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask?
Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening?
Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest Maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Rorgiel. I should just... Rogul. I'll just say Rogul. Baron Rogul, who hosted the dinner, and this housemaid, Cowline, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille, well, until you know he died. And there was Monsieur Robito de Robinho, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Dame Cataline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? I'm just going to Americanize the name. Yeah, just whatever comes out will come out. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it like I know how to pronounce it. I'm going to speak American. Because that's all I need to speak, baby. Ah. Suspicious.
Suspicious?
Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloody murdered weapon.
Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. I'm gonna call you Hua Qua. You are now named Hua Qua.
You got me.
I did not see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal, the food was delicious, the conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident.
I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Caroline, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was!
Ah, look at that! Oh, there's gonna be, if there's speed lines like this throughout the whole game, it's gonna be good. Wait, I can do something. Ready? Woo! There he is!
You and your damn stomach.
Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter.
Go on. Oh, go on.
Then a marbled steak served perfect bloody rare. So if they have a bunch of talking animals, were the cows talking too? Do the fish talk? Well, actually, he is the thumbnail. Because there he is, right there.
Glorious! Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me.
It probably is going to be relevant, watch.
Fine, fine.
Red herring has been added. Bloody rare steak has been added.
Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach.
Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery.
No cutlery, even for the steak.
Nope. You would think the great Baron Chateau Criniere would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen.
That's a little peculiar.
Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon?
No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Criniere and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down this supposed photographer, Monsieur... 2 days for 2 tasks. It seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you?
I believe in justice. Dame Caroline, I believe that in fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice.
That's good to hear.
You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, fils de pute. If serving justice makes me a fils de pute, then I'll wear that title proudly.
The fuck is a fils de pute? I don't speak French. What is this? What is this? What is this fils de pute? I'm looking it up. Fils de pute. Son of a prostitute. A whore's son. Son of a whore. Wow. Really? Yep, that's what it is. Fils de pute. Etymology from Old French. Yup. What is it pronounced? Fil de pute. A fil de pute.
Dame Caroline, Monsieur Grenway, Baron Rorgu. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they?
You're a real son of a bitch, you know that?
Well, I mean, look at Falcon. Just look at him. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now look at this. Look at this big, tall, 6-foot Falcon and this 5'11" little sparrow. I mean, who would you rather have, huh? You want the hungry bird or the lawyer? Standing tall and proud, staring, looking down at this tiny sparrow that probably digs through the trash. Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook. You can access a list of people that have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. But the Falcon's wearing a cool hat. You can now make a quick save and select the save and quit menu. You can always add the pass menu. Alright, let's go to Studio de Robinho.
Robinho.
Let's look at my Facebook. Greenwee, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Crinier. Colleague of Pertoir and Rogu. Elegant bourgeoisie, daughter of Seigneur Pertois de Mion. She has been accused of murdering. An ill-mannered jailkeeper seems to feel disgust for the criminals and the animals in general. Pertois, look at this cat. This is a cat. Wealthy father of Dame Cataline. Pertois hired us to defend Dame Cataline. Sparrowson, Falcon's suave and courageous lackey. What a handsome fellow. J.J. Falcon, the Aviary attorney himself. J.J., huh? So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist Monsieur Roberto de Robinho is currently out of an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means that he is a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out. I'm a defense lawyer, yep. I am the defense attorney. Wait, is he wearing... Is this like a tuna can hat? Is this a little... Oh no, that's the door. I'm like, is that the little pull tab for the tuna can? And he's just wearing a little tuna can hat? But that's just the bolt on the door. What shall we do now? Should knock. We should knock anyway. Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope, it doesn't look like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe. Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right, I'm sorry, I didn't know what came over me. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back, I'm barging the door down. Oh. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first? Alright, I'm liking the little guy now. What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now that we're here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very, swanky? I was gonna say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you've had enough, or when you have found nothing else to examine, click on the X. I examined this. I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what clear liquid is in this bottle. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow up upon a horse. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself. There's a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who once fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, there's a black smudge, Falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me, how illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings? It's cool, we're lawyers. It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. Sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrow-san. The picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. A chandelier! You should get one of those for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. We'll just acquire it as evidence, yeah. Hey, Falcon, look! What, it's just an easel? No, look what's on the easel. Who's that? Oh, wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I think that's Signor Pertois, Cataline's father. So what shall we do? Do we just take it? We should take it. We've come this far, might as well borrow it. Ugh. Is there anything else we need to do here? Is she super preggers? No, she's just got a big old fluffy jacket on. Big old fluffy coat. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. It sounds good to me. Oh, it is. It actually is. Oh, it must be his hair, or a piece of his feather. This hat is very odd to figure out. Little glass. I don't know. This little circle right here. I don't think he wears glasses. He's a falcon. But I mean, that would be, you know, kind of ironic, right? A falcon needing glasses. Oh, that's so silly.
Oh, my door. What happened to my door?
No, we're not doing that. Lie. Some kids did it. Little weasel types. We saw them. Oh, yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were like, no, weasels, you cannot do that because that would be illegal. And then they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing.
Well, thank you, I suppose.
Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. Ah, the perfect crime. No, don't worry about it. Falcon and Sparrow-san enter the courtyard outside Chateau Criniere. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows.
Excuse moi, monsieur. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you happen to have some spare change?
You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? No. I'll give him a franc. Here you go. Stay safe, madame.
Many thanks to you, monsieur.
That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child have something to eat is at least that I can do. What am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrow-san, we've got business to attend to.
Hu-ku. No, it's hue-kue. Hue-kue.
Falcon and Sparrow-san step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Criniere. Well, look at this place. Baron Wargo must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads, the Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine.
The stain.
Is he here right now? Yeah, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron, lead like a word. What's that? Sparrow-san, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Now, what would a proper, rich gentleman from France sounds like?
Did I hear my name, Great Baron Rogo, property owner extraordinaire, at your service? And who might you fellows be? More investigators?
No, we're attorneys. Not quite. I'm private attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate Sparrow-san.
Lawyers, huh? You know you aren't the first to have passed through here today.
Oh?
Yeah. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning, asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious.
Do you know who he was, Sparrow-san? Perhaps I have a hunch. A hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. Friend of yours? Something like that. Oh, is that the, is that our, damn it, I fucking forgot his name already. The prosecutor, yeah. Who's, Ace Attorney prosecutor? That's apparently dead now. Edgeworth!
So what may I do for you, monsieurs?
We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening.
Yeah, of course, it's a tragedy. He was a good friend and loyal business partner. I suppose you monsieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself.
Actually, yes, that would be fantastic.
Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the unfortunate incident.
Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron.
No trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations.
So where should we go first? Well, I guess good thing we got the photo right here. Let's go to the garden. What's up, Landon? Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. Crime thing what? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their nose. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Eventually, we realized that it was just filling up on hors d'oeuvres. Ugh, terrible. Finally crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No. No, I would not. This fountain is finally crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure. I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I mean to say was, Sparrow-san, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin.
It's horse hors d'oeuvres instead of just hors d'oeuvres.
Me? No way. You want to go wading, do it yourself.
Horse dwarf. I don't know how to pronounce it. It was just horse dwarves.
I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around the fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yeah! I'll flip this 1 franc coin, you call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Tails. Plant squiggles. It's called a wreath, Sparrow-san. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles. Here I go! It's heads. Should have gone with the old Emperor Falcon. Yeah, fine. Hold my shoes. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is it? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me you picked up a very wet cigar butt. Possibly belonging to Baron Rogu, correct? But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case.
Cigar butt has been added to the evidence folder.
Anything else we need to do here? Baron Roguel, certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddle-ish horseback riding.
Siggy butt brain.
Yeah, you Siggy butt brain! No, Damo, no, I'm not, no.
A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walking to a bar, and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've heard that one. What? No, the barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Ah, the actual murder scene, where the murder took place. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenouille died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Oh, maybe a name scrawled in blood written on the frog's last breath? Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body has moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase.
That might be it. That might be it. Yes, we're done here.
I think we're done here. Good call, but are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck.
It is well written, indeed. Is she wearing a little monkey? A little monkey right there?
Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken.
Hey Falcon, did you see that?
See what?
That housemaid totally just did something shifty.
Shifty.
I think she just pocketed something from that drawer, and you should totally call her out.
Excuse me, mademoiselle.
Ah!
Can you please bend down here? I can't see you.
Oh yes, are you two policemen?
No, we're private attorneys. My name's JJ Falcon.
And I'm Sparrow-san. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Caroline DeHut. Duhot. So, what can I help you, messieurs, with today?
We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions?
That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it? That's better. What was it that you wanted to ask? That's all. Is this where the photograph was taken?
We're looking for a room where the photograph was taken prior to the incidents. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room?
Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see, the cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon.
And where was the camera pointed?
Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location.
Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock.
I know, the painting on it totally clashes with the decor.
I was thinking more along the obvious lines. The clock has no hands.
Oh, that clock never had hands in all these years I've worked here. I think Baron Wagwell just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's worked.
It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make note of that.
I need a couple beers. Why? Is there something else you wanted to ask?
You were a little nervous when you came in. You thought we were police officers.
Is there something wrong we ought to know? Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No, I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week.
Pressure her. Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding?
It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people to get away with criminal acts.
Right, and... wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrow-san.
It isn't? Oh, what do we do then?
I'll tell you later.
Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? That's all.
No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You have been a huge help.
It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and, well, never mind, I'm rambling.
It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we had a much larger crime to worry about. Although, I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps?
You know about that? I suppose that was me. I started with a couple teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least.
You've been stealing all the silverware?
I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust. You broke the trust by stealing.
I see.
So where next, Big Bird? Yeah, you literally broke his trust.
Yeah, exactly. Ask for a raise. Did you Monsieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
We had a good look. Thank you, Baron. We actually have some questions for you.
Please ask away. I've nothing to hide.
Baron Rogwell, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh, am I in trouble?
Not at all. What's up, Super? No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture.
I see. Well, let me think. Yeah, the guests arrived at 5 o'clock and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that.
I see.
Something else I can help you with, Monsieurs, with?
That's your housemaid. We met your housemaid, Caroline de Hoot.
She's a courteous young lady, isn't she?
She's quite helpful. Yeah, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation.
I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else?
I think that'll be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Have a delightful day, Miss Shears.
Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong, if everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Beautiful. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. A new day. Falcon, it's the trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to the courthouse already. I was just... No, we're gonna be late! Okay, fine.
Could have started here.
Falcon and Sparrow-san stand inside the marble portico of the Palace de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Yes. Of course I'm nervous. We're woefully underprepared for this case. 2 days! We only had 2 days to prepare! How are we expecting to get anything done in that time frame? Any idea what happened? No. I can't tell because I know this is a silly game. So something silly may have happened. Calm your feathers, Falcon. We can do this.
Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrow-san. Is there anything you need me to do?
No, we got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case.
That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through.
Yeah, let's move along, fellas.
I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon.
We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready.
Edgeworth. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everyone here?
J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rabington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh darn, that's not it. Oh God, where are my notes? Oh God. Oh geez, where are my notes?
Oh, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? No, he always scored the second worst marks in class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rapid feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know, but say, Sparrow-san, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate.
Yeah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Hey, the jury all present.
All present and counted for, Your Honor.
Let's see, who do we got? We got a crow, we got a dodo, we got a seal, we got a vulture, we got a dog, a hippo, a ram, and an ostrich with a very lovely cane. Emperor penguin? Sure, why not? No, dodo.
I make the rules here.
Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for this cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, are these like the little penguins that mess up all the other birds? The little crazy guys? There should be a kiwi, yeah, just a little kiwi sitting here. Yeah, those 2 birds with the funny hats are essieurs, the associate judges. Which funny hats? I see 1, 2, 3, 4 funny hats.
Hey, everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. Court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline Demew. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh, gosh. Are we there already? Okay. I choose to call the office in charge of the murder investigation. Inspector Volerty to the witness stand.
Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
Looks like a pirate. Is he a chicken?
As you wish, Your Honor. Swear to speak the truth. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
No, Monsieur, no, Inspector. Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name's Inspector Just Volder. God damn it. Just Vol. I'm a servant to the law, a scrounge of the gutter rats that plague the city. A scourge. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Yeah, of course, Your Honor.
He's got no hands. Oh great, I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering.
Oh, so Inspector, is it true that you're the lead investigator on the case?
Yeah, that's correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival?
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rogwell. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline Demew. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grinwy with his blood on her paws.
Wow, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloody paws, no one told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. And of course I knew that.
Hey, you may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Find flaws in the testimony. Select a key phrase that finds suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. That's the right question to bring to truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Uh-oh. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline. She was standing over the sliced open corpse with blood on her paws. I don't believe there was blood on her paws. Was there? I don't think that was ever mentioned, was it? Sliced open corpse, we saw that. Let's try that one.
Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict.
Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it?
What a question. It was Monsieur Grinwy's, of course.
How can you be so sure? Wait, my voice. No!
How can you be so sure?
Oh, I object. The line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood of Dame Cataline's paw could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Gwenwy. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenwy?
Would I? I do. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood of the Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. Oh yeah, because you eaten the steak raw.
Oh, this foolish time wasting. Falcon, if the blood of the Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
The very rare steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak.
Is this true, Monsieur Rabington?
Yeah, well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu.
And, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Well...
Wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
It's a possibility.
No!
You gained a little favor with the jury. So, Inspector Volrate... God damn it. It's hard to do these voices and these pronunciations. Vorti. So, Inspector Vorti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners?
That's a good question, or at least it would have been an ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happened, something was missing from the particular banquet, something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws.
And I just got... Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because... the silverware of the household had been previously stolen.
Stolen? I don't recall there was any mention of that in the police report.
I should just do this.
We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgrow residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Roger approached us about this very subject last night.
Yeah. Oh, what a twist. Ooh, wow, amazing.
What's the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts of your initial report?
Lax? My investigation, Judge, I assure you that I'm the most thorough investigative officer of the force.
Then it's amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all.
Oh dear.
Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case.
Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time.
Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robinho, the photographer, who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
And Monsieur Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
How's it going? I swear to speak without hatred, without fear, and tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest.
Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record?
So anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I'm the great Monsieur Rubinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures. I capture their very essence. Jesus le tu es une pipe. You may have seen my works in hit magazines Le Bronchi or CS Chatuti. I can send you tweets if you like.
I don't care anymore. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already.
Yes, you worked very impressive, Monsieur Rubinio, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were the night of the murder?
Yeah, very well. I was hired by Baron Rogrell to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening and I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rogrell and left.
Like a true artist.
With regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph?
I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you could all see for yourself.
Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Rogrell, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Senor Purator Demure, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Coline Dahut, who I suspect may have snuck in the picture uninvited.
There's hands on the clock. There's hands on the clock.
As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Gwenwy. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Moy. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Rabbington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet.
The prosecution may continue.
Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is the time significant? Well, as Inspector Volty told us earlier, this was the exact time the murder took place. Did you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Catterline herself.
Oh, Catterline.
Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different from the one we borrowed from Rubinio's studio. I see it too. A photograph shows Caroline Dahut, Dame Cataline, and Senor Purator. But Monsieur Rubinio's photograph shows Baron Rogrell, where Dame Cataline should be standing. Interesting. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down, be like, bam, inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order, case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubinio would ask how we acquired it and the whole trial could derail. In a worst case scenario, I could lose my legal license and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we do not. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed.
What a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
Oh boy. Tread lightly. I arrived at 7 p.m. I set up my camera and captured the beauty of the evening's essence in one magnificent photograph. Then I billed Baron Rogrell and left. Do we have the bill? Well, I mean, we do have this evidence. We don't need to bring this up, but we can bring up that the clock does not have hands. I mean, that's the only thing I can go without using the photograph. There's a missing clock hand, so I gotta go to that somehow. So I wonder if it's maybe there's the time. Monsieur Rubino, you said that you arrived at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, give or take a couple minutes, yeah.
How did you know? How did you know that you arrived at 7?
The clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to the Chateau Crigno is around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment.
Another question. Yes. No. Yes. No. Set up your camera. Maybe we'll see how long it takes to set up. I'd like to ask about the camera itself.
Go on.
Can the camera ever make mistakes? How exactly does it work? How exactly does the camera work?
I'm afraid that's a patented trade secret.
Oh, but it is a mechanical device, yes? You point it at something and then it clicks and whirs and out shoots a photograph?
It's quite a crass explanation. It is true that I point and click the camera, but that only creates a negative, a prototype of sorts. I then have to develop the photograph, and that takes time.
How much time exactly?
Around 4 days. This photograph is hot off the press, if you will.
I suppose that does explain why the Baron hasn't received his photograph yet. Take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake. Maybe I can bring out the hands. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubino, the photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
That's correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies.
That is most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible! I just told you. Monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photograph it produces are flawless.
Yo, Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific.
Certainly. The clock in this photograph, there is something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with that clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hand pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crigno has no hands.
It has no hands?
The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rogwell of his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Rubino, how do you explain this discrepancy?
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
It just never had clock hands. Someone drew in the clock hands in the post. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world.
Yeah, maybe there was an error in the printing process.
With a Sharpie, exactly. An error precisely where the clock's hands should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubino, edited this photograph.
Edited?
I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include the handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process.
Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing this photograph to have taken place precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects to suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubino created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why was Monsieur Rubino coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence, let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubino.
Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
Hey, you did? Your confession to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille?
Wait, what? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that includes adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered by whom?
I dare not say.
Mistrial. Hey, Monsieur Rubinio, I strongly advise you to answer the defender's questions. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names.
What's up, Marvy?
His claws. Did you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course.
I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs.
Little favor gained with the jury.
So the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
No, it doesn't. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Senor Pertour Demure, perhaps?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motives, and it wouldn't make sense for Senor Pertour to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rogrel deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However...
Mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetent?
Indeed. Let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge?
Yeah, I suppose it's fine.
Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections?
Nope, no objections here.
Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Okay, Baron
Wait, is it Wargwell? Like roar like a lion? Warguile?
I don't know French.
The night of
the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Senor Pertour, Monsieur Rubinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline.
Like I said, I'm going to be speaking American here. Good goddamn it. We speak American, we speak freedom here, not French. French fries, more like freedom fries, am I right? Woo, woo, woo.
That would be when I heard him to cry for help.
Thank you, Barrett. I think we all know the story from there.
I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, garçon?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Wargwell, is an honest man.
And the defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Any language that I don't speak is not worth my time. The dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Caroline followed behind. For a few moments later, my housemaid discovered the pair just after the photographer left and called for help. The dinner went magnificently. Baron Rorquell, I would like to ask about the dinner you served that evening.
Very well, ask away.
Earlier today, we established that silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet.
Indeed, I am aware of whom the culprit is, but I have decided not to press charges.
It is curious, then, that you decided to serve steak. It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all. I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food.
There's nothing curious about it, Signor Pertois and Dame Cataline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs.
Yeah, besides, what the other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? Serve vegetables, broth like a common peasant?
Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous.
Sorry, Baron.
I do have another question about the dinner. The red herring. Is this going to be the red herring? Like the actual literary red herring? Now about this red herring.
Yeah, what about it?
I'm not sure, but I feel it is of vital importance in the case.
Falcon, I just want to clarify this. Are you saying that you wish to pursue the red herring?
No, I'm not an idiot. I kind of want to click on that to see what happens. I really do. It is going to be the literary red herring device. I really want to see what they say. Fuck it. Yes, I wish to closely examine and question the piece of evidence that is overtly labeled as a red herring. This is the type of bird that I am. I see a trail that clearly veers away from my goal, but I follow it anyways. Perhaps the path leads to better things. Perhaps it leads to failure. What matters is that my curiosity is satisfied. You're a strange bird, Falcon. They appreciate the honesty. You don't gain or lose any favor. Okay, I'm glad. Can we please return to the case at hand? They knew people were going to click it. They knew it! Baron Rorquell, I have some questions about Monsieur Grenouille.
God rest his soul.
Why did he visit the garden? Why did Monsieur Grenouille leave to visit the garden?
I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear.
Ah, I see, but that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it?
How so?
Well, Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness.
Hold on, Falcon. Surely you are suggesting that Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way.
No. No, there is nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling.
There is nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Grenouille always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak.
No. Baron, I saw we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. So how you doing, C2? Saw the horses. When was the last time you visited it? Aha! Baron Rorquell, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden?
As it happened, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Oh, really? Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why's that?
Because we have hard evidence that you have been visiting the garden recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. The cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and...
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Oh, sorry, Baron.
There is indeed a remnant of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happens, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Wargwell, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Wargwell, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden.
Directly accusing me of murder, how shamelessly brazen.
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence and no means, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Rabington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Wargwell and the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
This is preposterous.
And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates a good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer to stage a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guest in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite the ingenious plan, I must be said.
Prosecutor, are you just going to let the slanderous yarn go untested? Say something. Object. No, you pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminating evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into the fountain, out of sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Purator Damure, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting ludicate.
No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeoisie in the worst kind.
How dare you, garçon, the utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like that fat cat bourgeois, and I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist.
No, you're a ruthless man that would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs.
You incredulous whelp. Now I ought to gut you right here and now like a damned frog.
Gasp. Hey, could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man, to the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself.
It's quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no.
And then I should now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Caroline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrow-son, I think you've misunderstood something very important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Caroline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there's a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Caroline Demew, to be not guilty.
Woo!
Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrow-son, you did it.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon! I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both.
I'll go get on 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses.
You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
It was nothing.
I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrow-san and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh wow, I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She actually did do it.
I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. I saw him in the garden all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand.
What a twist! Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogwell's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put it there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited.
It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Rogwell, and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me.
I think you should leave.
Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your service, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petite Sparrow-san.
30 francs. Was it worth it? Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon! Wow. No.
I can't. Because my allergies are going nuts. But that is a good start to Aviary attorney.
It's a shame that it's French aviary attorney, huh? But that's okay. Still fun. Still exciting. Still great. Also, thank you, Taters, for gifting this game to me. It's all thanks to Taters. Thank you, Taters. Thank you. But anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another stream. Take care, stay well, and bye-bye for now.